How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out the top skins submitted to the workshop this week. And if you're new, that doesn't mean all these skins will make it into the game or any at all. It just is a collection of the top skins that were submitted for a chance to get accepted. So let's jump into it. First off, we've got this crazy reptilian head wrap for you. And yeah, it's just a very cool texture kind of thing and a neat little burlap head wrap. Speaking of burlap head wraps, this one's a little bit weird. I'm not sure if it has a chance to get in, but just look at this cat. It's a cat on your head. A dead cat, I think? I don't know. Yep. Next, we've got a simple burlap set for you. This is the Sensei set, and it pretty much is, well, exactly what you'd think. It kind of looks like karate robes or, martial arts robes. Next, we've got an interesting looking hoodie for you. This is the birch hoodie. And yeah, the whole thing kind of looks like it's woven out of birch bark and so forth. It probably wouldn't be the most movable hoodie, but hey, it's definitely something that is very creative looking for sure. Then we've got a wolf set from Odyssey for you. And as you can see, it's all made out of wolf fur, so you can blend on in with the wolves. Has some fur along the back and then kind of like a leathery look to the rest of it. Next up, we've got a hoodie and pants set for you. That is the actor set, and the whole thing's kind of just set up like mocap. So yeah, it's definitely something that's a little more on the goofier side, and that's always something that is welcome in Rust. We've got a bucket helmet skin for you, and this one is made to look like a crown. And lots of people have tried this before, and with metal face masks and other stuff, and I think this actually makes a pretty cool bucket helmet, but I don't know. We'll just have to kind of see how this goes. Next, we've got some high-qual sets for you. This first one is the inflatable set, and the whole thing just kind of looks like a kind of inflatable pool kind of toy kind of thing. And yeah, it's even got a beach ball for the back of the cap and everything. Definitely a puffy-looking set. Then we've got something else on the opposite for you. This is the Dragon Hunter metal face mask and chest piece by Werecat. And as you can see, it's got all sorts of dragon scale. There's even teeth and so forth along through the straps. And all through the face mask as well. Next up, we've got our deployables, and we've got the Blood and Fire sleeping bag by Le Crempe. And this is a rug that we got in a while ago, and now it's translated onto a sleeping bag pretty well. I actually like the kind of like scathered top here. It definitely looks pretty cool, and makes a pretty regal looking bag. Then over here, we've got some small boxes for you. The first one here kind of has like a ghillie look to it. This is the Spec Camo Wood Storage Box. So there you go. It even has some strappy straps all around it there. Then if we go ahead and move on to the next box, we've got a neon storage box for small components. So hey, Hulk isn't going to be doing box sets. He says he's looking for more unique kind of boxes if he were to put boxes in, but sets are going to get a break for a bit. So I don't know if this has a chance, but I know a lot of people would definitely like this. Then over here, speaking of box sets, it looks like this was a start to a new set, the Sulfur Cute Crate, and yeah, well, there it is. Then we've got a few more as well. The next one here is a Zen Labs box for you, this way up, and yeah, it kind of has like a chilled look to it. Of course, that is because it is a cryo box. Then over here, we've got an addition to the Hellgate set with the Hellgate box. So there you go there. Everything you can expect, kind of cartoony look of some hellish stuff and all sorts of flames. Then over here we've got one more addition to the box sets. This is the LWB weapon box. So yeah, there we go. There's that. Then next we've got a very creative rug for you. This one looks like a painting. This is the Art Classic rug by Stabby, and yeah, this is just amazing. If you know what it is, you know what it is, and it's hilarious. Then we've also got a target for you. This one's kind of just a simple little target, but it's cute. This is the Kid's Target by Demon, and yeah, it kind of has like a little face on there. Next, we've got a version 2 of the Day and Night wooden door here. And yeah, it just has this nice little coloration and so forth. You go ahead and check the back. You've got the sun setting over the night sky. Or rising over the night sky, I guess I should say. Next, we've got a different looking little door for you. This is the wooden door. It might need some better naming there, but definitely has a very cool looking look to it that makes it look very different. Then we've got a very regal looking door. You may have seen this one in the thumbnail. This is the Zenith Metal Door by Ideal, and just has a very beautiful design to it. Then we've got some artwork over here. It looks like a Hazy guy is mixing himself up in a pot. but I know they're probably standing behind it. It just looks kind of funny like that, and, you know, gotta love the humor. Next, we've got something on the fancier side. This is a Lost Civilization door by Clark, and as you can see, it has a nice golden look to it and very solid and armored to it. But it is just a regular sheet metal door. Then we've got some garage doors for you. This first one here has a scary Viking on it, and this is the Oversea garage door by Kiva Hu. Then over here, we've got a glowing skeleton for you. This is the Undead garage door by Kess. Then moving on, we've got something a little more steampunky. This is the Bank garage door by Squid. And as you can see, it has lots of mechanisms just like a bank vault would. Then lastly, we've got kind of an asylum-y door here for you. This is the Madhouse armored door by MM. So you can see there's a nice little neon at the side and lots of bloody marks. And they're kind of old bloody marks, I would say. Next, we can kill the lights here and take a look at the glow. Definitely a very ominous glow on that one. Then we've got the glow over here on the garage. We can sail on down to these. Again, very beautiful. And this has the two different glows on each side. Just the stars on that side, which I think is nice. And at night you can see the moon only. Little target does glow. Both sides. Then we can go ahead and take a circle around the boxes. You see there's a nice kind of like fire lava-y kind of drip on this one. Then we've got a nice cold blue look to the cryogenic box. And lastly, we've got the component box over here. We can, take a look at. And there we go. Next up, we've got some tools and weapons for you, starting out with this really awesome looking hammer. It's very hard to make things kind of look 3D and with the flat spaces that you have, and I think this one was actually done pretty well. Definitely a very cool effect. Then we've got another hammer for you, and this one just kind of looks like it's made out of some logs. This is the Forester's Hammer by Oasis. Next, we've got some rocks for you, starting out with some sushi with a nigiri rock for you. Definitely a cool little idea. Then we also have just a very simple rock for you. It is a glossy little smiley face. Nice and simple, but you know what? Something surprising that isn't a rust yet. Then we've got a ball and chain for you. You gotta love that. It just, again, another thing that just fits rocks so well that I'm surprised hasn't been done. Then we've got another rock for you, and this one is the Breakfast Rock by Uproar. It wants you to eat it, but I don't know if I would trust it. It may be a kind of dirty rock. Plus, it has a face, and it's staring back at you. Next, we've got some more tools for you, and these here look like they're made out of toy clay. This is the handmade tools set. You can even see the fingerprints, just like the rest of the set we've seen so far. Then we've got a sword for you, and this one is interesting looking. This is the Kid's Tool Sword by Quicker. Now, it doesn't have a hilt, so that's a little bit weird. We'll just have to see. But, hey, I guess that doesn't really matter. Next, we've got a couple bows for you. Starting out with this one right here, we've got the clay hunting bow. As you can see, the whole thing kind of just looks like it's made out of clay and then has little kind of tiles along it. Next, we've got another bow for you, and this one looks like it's made out of snake skin. This is the serpent hunting bow right here. And as you can see, man, the whole thing is all reptile snaky skinny. Last in this group, we've got a DB for you, and this one has some stars along it. This is the Night Dreams double barrel. And as you can see, it just has these beautiful kind of like glow stars that may be reminiscent of some people's childhood. And there it is. Then the next question would be, does this glow? And it actually does not. Next, we've got another DB for you, and this one might look familiar because it is part of the Dragon Rage set. So there you go. Aim down the sights here. There's a little bit of red and kind of that gold tear, but otherwise normal sights. Then next we got some pythons for you. Starting out with this one here, we've got the Stylized Python by Legacy. Next, we've got another Python for you. This one is the Plastic Toy Python by Jessen, so it looks like we've got a lot of kind of like toy-looking stuff this week. And there we go. And the reload. Next, we've got one more Python for you, and this one is the Wild Safari Python by Fresh. You see it has kind of a cheetah print going on, and an orange side. Then, we've got a juicy looking Thompson for you. The Watermelon Thompson here is what looks like a continuation in the Watermelon Weapons. Next, we've got a custom SMG, and this should look familiar to you as it's part of the Vortex set, so is therefore, well, the Vortex SMG. Aiming down the sights here, you've got kind of like where the Vortex meets up. And there's that reload. Next up, we've got a custom for you, and this one should look pretty familiar as it is part of the JPEG set. And I think this one translated over to the custom quite well. There we go for the aiming down the sights. And that reload. Then we've got some MP5s for you, starting out with this one here, and it kind of has like a bit of a kind of shimmery effect to it. This is the Defective MP5. Next, we've got another one for you. This one does have two versions. There's a black and a pink. I just decided to show the pink paint one as it just kind of has a little more stark color. But there it is. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a red X and a red sight. Next, we've got another MP5, and this one is all sorts of coins. This is the Collector MP5. It has a polished and a kind of messed up version. This is the polished one right here. You can see the messed up one down in the description below. Then next, we've got a couple AKs for you. Starting out with this one here, we've got the AK-47 Redemption. And this one just has a very kind of mechanical, clean-cut look to it, which is quite nice, with some bright kind of aluminum colors. And then you've got some bright red sights there. They do not glow, even though they look very bright. Then next, we've got another kind of AK for you, and this one is the Thunderstorm AR by Fora. And yeah, it just has this lightning going all throughout it with this kind of art of, I don't know, 3 hounds it kind of looks like. Maybe it's Cerberus, I'm not entirely sure. And there we go for the aiming down the sights. Next, we've got some more AKs for you, starting off with this one here. This is the Type 4 Haze AK. And yeah, the whole thing just looks kind of beat up and hand-painted, and it's got some crazy doodles on it. And an eye up on the front. Aiming down the sights here, you've got that yellow versus purple versus blue for the sights. Then we've got another AR for you, and this one is a little more on the industrial side. This is the Biomecha AR. And yeah, there you go. Very sci-fi, so not too sure how it will hold over with Hulk, but hey, there you go. Next, we've got another AK for you, and this one is the Steampunk AR by Diaz. And, well, not much to say. It's very steampunky. There's lots of gauges and so forth on it. Aiming down the sights here, you've just got some golden sights and kind of a gauge there on the back. Then we've got another AK for you, and this one has some beautiful artwork on it. This is the AK-47 Wave. And there you go. You've got the setting sun across the waves there. Next, we've got a couple LRs for you. Starting off with this one here. This is the LR300 Star. And as you can see, it has some stars on it, some tears through kind of like the plastic, so it does have a nice worn, torn kind of look at it. You got a blue kind of versus the gray black sight there. And we've got another LR for you. This one has a lot more bright colors with a very artsy style to it. This is the Aquamarine's Revenge. Aiming down the sides here, you've got some purple against the kind of regular iron sights, and kind of a big blank spot there. There's a lot to use on the LR, so a little bit of a shame that that was just kind of left blank. Next up, we've got some L96s for you, and the first one up is the Whiteout L96. Definitely a nice addition to the set, and one I could definitely see a lot of people wanting to grab. It's simple and part of a very popular set from the past. We've got another L9 for you. This one's a little more kind of in, I would say, kind of military, future-y looking. I don't know. What do you guys call it? This is the Grand Camo. So there you go. It's got some, like, exhaust pipes and all sorts of stuff going on with it. Then we've got another one with this beautiful snake along the side of it. This is the Born to Kill L96 by Azeroth. And yeah, man, that snake is just super mean looking. Definitely a very cool looking L9. Then we've got one more for you. This one here is the L96 Soulbank. And yeah, the whole thing just kind of has like a cel-shaded kind of, reminds me of Borderlands kind of look to it, which I think is quite cool. And there we have it. So, sound off down in the comment section below which ones you're hoping to see the most and why. I always love hearing the feedback from you. I'll try to get it to the right people. As always, everyone, stay rusty and enjoy your wipe.